Well, that's what I said. I think we've all enjoyed the victories and those sorts of things. I said we win as a side and make sure we lose as a side. There's no pointing fingers. There's no blaming, but we just look at it and say, well. And I said to them, is it, as a bowler, is there anything you would have perhaps now done differently with regards to in practice developing a different delivery? Would you have perhaps bowled different balls? As long as we sort of learn from it and see how we can get better. But it is difficult to get over the fact that, one player's got 200 and the rest of the team have got, sort of 80 probably. So, that's the difficult thing to understand, and there's, the boys are hurting and you'll be certainly wishing they could have it back. Well, it's a case of we got ourselves into a position and, should have capitalised. Obviously dropped 2 chances and gave a person like Maxwell a chance. He's going to run with it, and he almost played with a bit of freedom and almost freed him up a little bit and gave a bit of momentum back to them. I thought, spectacular innings, world-class innings. But we certainly helped him along the way a bit. Well, he kept hitting boundaries, so with regards to, there wasn't really much singles going, so we didn't have to stop the singles.
তোমার কনকাই
Season 2.
কনকা সবার জন্য আধুনিক প্রযুক্তি।
So, I thought Cummins played well as well. So, I'm sure there's a few things, maybe 1 or 2 things we could have done differently, but that's cricket, and there's always going to be things you want to have back. But he kept hitting them in the stands, so we can't put fielders in the stands. So, wish we could have, but full credit to him the way that he played. To get a double hundred is phenomenal. He deserved to win the game. You get a double hundred, so. But certainly, there are a few things we could have done differently. Well, that's what I mentioned earlier. Could we have tried maybe wider Yorkers when he was cramping up? Could we have done things differently? I just saw the same delivery over and over again, which is. But you got to remember that he was hitting all. Guys were changing pace. He was hitting that. Spinners were bowling different lengths. He was hitting that. Sometimes you've got to take your cap off to a person the way that he played. But he shouldn't have been allowed to play like that. We should have had him out earlier.
Were you surprised with the DRS decision?
Yeah. Well, he was walking off, wasn't he? So he didn't expect it to be going over. So we would love that to have been hitting. Yeah, obviously to get the first 100 and to have an in-batsman in the last 10 overs was fantastic. We saw how we could accelerate. I think the partnership with Rashid and himself, sort of gave us a bit of a kick at, lifted us at the end and kicked us onto a defendable total. So, which should have been defendable, but very happy that he got 100. Maybe there's times where you could maybe have accelerated a little bit quicker and maybe gone a bit quicker, but to get your first 100 in a World Cup, and he's a fantastic player and a great lad. So really happy for him, and hopefully many more.